So our next step, we're going to take, again, some of the skills that we learned already about cropping and rotating images, but we're going to just level them up a little bit. And a lot of this book, a lot of what we're going to try and do is sort of give you the real basics and then step you up just a little bit more and then step you up just a little bit more until you just totally have the program mastered. So intentionally, we're cycling back on some of these concepts, and each time we're going to sprinkle just a little bit more cool tips and tricks about each tool. So there's not much to level up with when it comes to rotating the image. We're going to just go to Image, Image Rotation, and you can see that we need this one to be 90 degrees counterclockwise. So we go ahead and click that, and now what we want to do is crop the image, but we notice that the image isn't straight. So I'm going to show you an incredible trick. And this used to be a lot more difficult, and the newer versions of Photoshop really have perfected this, where you can crop and straighten the image in one simple step. So what we're going to do is click on our crop tool, which we've used before, but this time we're going to straighten the image by using this icon up here that looks like a level. And we click on that, and the way you use this tool is you simply draw a line on any horizontal or vertical line within the document, and it will automatically make that perfectly vertical or horizontal. So it's a really cool tool, and I've got either side. I can do the side of the picture here or up at the top. I'll just go across the top, but you can choose any straight section of the photo, and when I release, it crops the image. So what we're going to do now is just tweak this in a little bit. So I'm going to go up to the top, and I'm going to pull this down, and I only want to get into actually cropping the photo. I could crop out this corner, and it would save me a little bit of time, but I want to teach you guys a cool trick about how to replace this corner. So I'm going to drag this edge in. You may notice that this one I'm doing each side, and that's because this particular image, and this is really just something that I happen to know from experience, is that I tend to never crop this one in far enough. As I said, I've done this project a bunch of times with students and in workshops, and it's such a fun project and a really cool photo to work with. Now, before we go ahead and click our commit button, what I want to do is talk about this really cool option right here, where it says delete cropped pixels. That's the default, and that's how we've been leaving it. But we can also choose to crop the image non-destructively. What that means is that it will delete anything outside of our border here when we adjust the corners. If we uncheck this box though, we can always undo our crop and bring back this information that's outside of our crop area at any time later, even after we save the file and close the document and open it back up. Since everything outside of our cropped area is really just garbage, it's just the edge of the photos and tears and stuff, we don't need that. We are going to delete these cropped pixels. So I click the commit button, and boom, our image is cropped and straightened in one simple step. Now keep in mind that this tool can also be used even if you have a really well composed image taken with a digital camera and it's just a little bit crooked. You can use the horizon or the side of a building to pull a straight line, and it'll automatically straighten your image and crop off any parts that it needs to so that your image still goes edge to edge.